All right, guys, welcome back to the channel and happy July 1st update to Umamusume. Massive update. We actually got all of the scenario reworks. Man also got reworked. I don't think many people noticed because they're too busy playing both the URA and Unity reworks. I've been playing them myself, of course. I did do one URA run and I did do a couple Unity runs. And today we're going to be going for kind of a high ranking run if we can get one. And I'm going to explain some of the mechanics that have been kind of changed in the scenario. That way people can have a better understanding of it. Now, I will say in both of these scenarios, the amount of rewards that you get in terms of stats, both at the end and throughout the scenario, have been significantly increased. So you're going to notice a lot higher ratings. Also, if I look a lot more alive, that's because Mant is dead now. I've been barely touching the game in the past few weeks, solely because the scenario is an absolute killer. And well, I survived as long as I could. It gets very tiring at a certain point to play. I did manage to get a couple cool things. Also, just talking back on the Team Trials series that I did get another Team Trials Uma, and this one I did run a bunch of races. I never recorded it, but this exists. It was shortly after I did the other recordings, but we're not focused on that anymore. I'm probably not even going to build Team Trials in Mant, except for maybe Long, because you can get really high stam. But all of that aside, we're going into Unity today, and we're going to be running Gold City. I wish mine was 4 stars, actually, because it would be probably a lot better rating wise, especially since the unique level does kind of give a lot of points. But that's besides the point. We're just going to get into this. I'm using a mix of speed and wit parents. There's a reason for this, and I'll kind of get into it. Biggest thing is, though, as you can notice, we have stat uncaps. If you haven't played the scenarios yet with the reworks, this is the same version that I've done in my previous videos. I did the true power of Unity video, as well as what the true URA finals look like. Both of those videos kind of have the same thing going on, although I'm going to be putting out some videos more recent with current cards that we use in order to get a better understanding of what it will look like for you now. That being said, we're going into this with a 5 wit deck. On my previous Unity video, I actually did 4 wit, 2 guts, but I was also using some of the most broken cards in the game, some of the best wit cards, if not the best wit cards on the JP server, as well as 2 of the best guts cards. Actually, well, the top 2 guts cards on the server as well. We don't have access to those on here, so this is going to be my first time using the Rice Shower card. I've not used it myself up until this point. It is, from what I can tell, a decent card. It does give speed bonus and it has some training effectiveness. It has really low specialty priority, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we're gonna hope that we get a couple of 5 stacked wit clicks in this run. Now, in my previous run that I did with Gold City, which I did as soon as the update had dropped, I managed to get a UG7, which is really high compared to anything else that we've been able to put out so far. But we're aiming for something a little bit higher this time. I'm aiming for around the UF range, if we can hit it. Ideally, I think a UE is possible. It's a lot harder to pull off right now, especially considering that we don't have certain cards. As soon as things like Teo Wit become available, as well as a couple other cards, I think that aiming for really high ranks will be much more doable. That being said, Unity is still pretty much the same for the most part, with the exception with the exception of the Extreme Spirit Bursts, which is what they're going to be called on the global server, and the upgraded teams. So we'll see those as we go along. But for now, let's just get into it. Same normal stuff as always. You just kind of train with your cards, try and get the friendship up on everything, looking for stacks as best as you can. Now, some of these I'm not going to click. You're going to notice that I'm mostly aiming for wit this entire run, because my goal is to get way high up there in wit. The closer that I can get to 1900, the better. As a result, too, with this Uma in particular, she has a 14% wit growth, and then I think an 8% power and speed growth. So we're going to get our speed mostly off of wit. As you have also seen, my only speed card here is Fuku. And we're going to hope that she doesn't just end her events. I'm also going to occasionally click power for things like power bursts, as well as to get the stam up a little bit, because this Uma has some specific things that she needs to kind of run in that make it really, really hard to pull off otherwise. But let's just go about it like normal. We are going to try and get flying motion up as soon as possible. That is like our biggest one, because she is going to be our stat stick on wit, and we want her to kind of rainbow with everybody else. So let's take this. Kind of want the mood up. I should have did recreation at some point here, but we are probably going to take it on a turn where it's like really, really dead. It's bound to come up. I haven't gotten a single card event so far, other than, oh, actually no, I'm lying. I forgot that we had 2 CB events already by this point. And corner recovery, that's good. Yeah, I'm not even keeping track of my cards. There's one card event that I'm looking for that I haven't gotten yet, and that is Fugu. All right, as soon as we can get CB and Fine Mo to the point of rainbowing, that's like ideal. We'll be looking at having a good speed bonus from both cards, as well as SP bonus off of CB. That is huge. We need that SP bonus. As many skill points as we can get. All right. And I already lost the labia. We are off to a great start. Technically, I shouldn't have even lost that. My stats aren't even that bad. I probably just got blocked. Let's be honest. All right, that gives us a turn where we have to race. No fast laner. All right, we have our first burst, but then we got a fat click like that. Now I gotta check the agenda too. I think our first race that we can do is, well, knowing the race is off of man, we do have a mile race that we can pull off. Technically we don't need this card's events, but I'm going to take them anyway. Biggest reason is because we can just get stats off of it. The energy is like kind of whatever in this scenario. Since most of the time the energy that we want is going to be for like certain trainings, right? And so this leaves me only with stam training. I actually have no race this turn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh wait, we have a mile. I forgot all the junior races are like the main races are kind of like on all turns, aren't they? Except for like the first. Okay, that helps. That gives us a free turn where we can actually take care of that. I was already thinking like, oh, I have the freaking Niigata race. I kind of want this just because I think it could be good, but I'm gonna take the stats. We're taking stats. We're aiming for having a good enough amount of stam and a good enough amount of power, especially since we're barely going to be clicking speed. Okay, I lied. I lied. Okay, let's keep clicking our wit and speed. Also, our team rating hasn't really gone up yet. Not to the point where I want it to be, so we are going to get there in a second. I'm looking for power burst. This is going to be our best way of getting stam at the moment, so not really getting any. Oh, I guess I could take that. That's fine. One is fine. Plus, he gets CB up. Once she's above 80 in friendship, it's she's at her best, I think. Right. Rice shower is very close to being able to rainbow. And then, so she's there. That's a power burst, but it's 20% failure, so I'm not going to take it. As much as I want to, that it would be really, really good, I think. Okay, then we'll take this. We need as much stam as possible. We have 2 long races that we have to handle, and we need to get 3rd. So I'll use corner recovery if I have to, since we got it as a hint. Otherwise, I would rather not. That'd be perfect if I didn't have to. Alright, so next up we have the entire triple crown. Dude, why does my freaking max energy keep going up? I guess it's good. I guess it's good. I'm not even gonna lie. Take the freaking speed burst. I'd rather not. It's not the biggest thing in my opinion. All right, so we are going to just go top option this entire run. Usually we would go like middle option, then all top. We're going to go all top this time. Biggest reason is I'm looking to be in the top 10 by the time we hit our 4th Unity race, and the faster that we can get there, the better. So that means that we're just gonna kind of have to click the top like the entire time. All right, let's keep it up with the wit clicks, maybe some power bursts. Okay, so that right there is something that I'm not looking for. So we have these extreme bursts, and this is okay for like the first one, I guess. But ideally, I want to burst those all on power. That's going to give us most of our like wit, or sorry, not wit. It's going to give us most of our power and stam. Why did I say wit? It's because I'm looking at wit. So hopefully I can get the rice shower burst on like the extreme burst onto power, as well as like some of the other ones. And these are going to give us like some big stat gains, as well as skill point. So like we're going to have a lot of skill points off of those. So just keep bursting power when I can. Now, if I was doing like the 4 speed 2 guts, it would actually be easier for me to just burst guts. Especially since you get 0% training failure on those. All right, this is a fat turn. 26 skill points too. This is what we're looking for. We're trying to get our wit to 1100 ASAP. Did I get 2 Nishino flower events? That's actually crazy, 'cause I swear I saw one earlier. It's like a side event and then like the main. Okay, so those will always have 0% failure chance, by the way. Your extreme burst will always have 0% failure chance. I will show it when we're low energy and one comes up, because it's going to be really big. Going to take the guts there. And then another fat wit click. 67 wit. Mind you, we're in classic here. This has not been anything crazy. I'm also not using Mant Parents this run. Just funny enough. I picked specifically wit speed parents just so I can increase my wit cap a lot. Okay, we should survive this round of races. In theory, I have just enough sand. Just enough. We just need to make it to summer. That's like the biggest thing. So let's keep going, because I think you just need a top 5 the first 2, and then you need a top 3 the Kikasho. So I'm going to take that. More wit. And throughout the summer, ideally, if I can get level 5 training power bursts, that would be the best. Now Fuku's here. Let's see. All right, that's a good sign. It's a great sign. We take that. All right, we're 300 stam right now. I'm watching that very closely. Ideally, I need 450 in corner recovery, I believe, for the Spring Tenno show in order to get where I need to get, which is 3rd place. Well, that can win, technically. It just depends on the race, but... All right, so that is on there. I'm going to take the speed. Or that's because Rico's there. So I get extra skill points, but... All right, let's get some more speed going. All right, now that, my friends, is what I would call a massive fucking training. Holy shit. I hit the cap. Look at how much energy I got back. I basically got a sleep deprived. That's crazy. All right, let's go. Top option. I like how we're X on mile. How? Am I not on mile? Am I a bum? Okay, we only lost the sprint. I had to check that. I read every single one, just so you know. God, I missed playing things like Unity and URA because it's so much faster. I would be finishing up my junior year in MANT by now, roughly. Okay, so there is a stam burst there. This is also just fat wit. And so you guys know, the scaling past 1200 is actually really, really, really wonky on the game. So there's a reason why we're chasing after hitting as high wit as possible, and that's going to affect our rating by a bunch. That is the biggest thing there, and is our it's kind of our saving grace in terms of like going for rating on runs. Is since you can get above 1200 now, you can now start aiming for higher and higher things. Okay, we still don't have a power burst that's like really good. Either the blue ones or like the extreme. We are getting close though to, oh, see, that's good. We are getting close to 1200 wit, which I think is really good. But we want to still hit like 900 power, I want to say, roughly. Technically, I guess that could be a rest or a race turn right there. All right, we'll take power. I'm not going to really take like relevant hints for skills, because this run we're not going to really buy any like super relevant skills. 6-7 wit, take that. Okay, and now we're late surging with 300 stam. We can technically win this. I believe 330 stam. We need to top 3. So we just need to pass this. Now, corner recovery would be ideal, but late surging does use the least amount of stam. So yeah, 3 lengths, not too bad. 2nd place, we'll take it. We're just trying to get through at the moment. It's better than getting +1s across the board, so I'll just take it. All right, another huge wit click. And as you've seen, we've barely clicked speed this entire run. Now team rank A, +7s across the board. We have a stam burst and a speed burst. I would really rather burst power. You know what? I'm gonna click this just to get Haru up. Mood down is crazy. All right, we'll take that. I forget that like whenever you take bursts too on Unity, you do get just random hints. It makes it nice, especially considering that we're gonna get a lot more skill points, and you'll see at the end. All right, we are getting into the final stretch here. It's time for our Unity race. This is our last normal one, and it'll put us in the top 10, which is really, really important, because we need to be in the top 10 by the time we get to the next summer. And there we go. You can also clock Unity races now. That gains from that. All right, I'm hoping we get our mood up off of the other thingy, the raffle. What's it called? I haven't heard it in so long. That is huge. I could take this. It's fine, Mo. It gives me 25 speed, which is almost the speed training. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's the one time I think I'm going to try an extreme burst on it. Damn, no mood up there. Okay. Awesome. So, fat freaking power burst. We're taking that. Is this at 400 stam too? Stream burst there. We got ignited spirit power, which is nice.
Yep.
I need to get Riko's mood or her friendship gauge up a little bit more, I think. So if I can train with her one more time somewhere, that'd be nice. Now, for those of you who don't know and haven't played JP or like observed JP gameplay, you'll notice that like the stat gain that you get past 1200 is a lot lower. And the reason for that is because once you pass 1200, all of the values for stats are halved in terms of what you gain. That means for events and for training. And just know it does round down. So if you get +5 off of an event and you're past 1200 on that stat, you can expect to get a +2 instead. And you'll see that as you kind of play and go along. But in this training, for example, this would have technically been a +36 training with a +2 on the top. Since it's past 1200, we're looking at +18. And I'm not too sure on their reasoning as for why scaling works this way past 1200. But I will say it does make it harder and harder to gain certain stats the further along you go. That being said, though, I think it is also kind of cool that you can even get them that high in the first place. Now, this is an example of what I was talking about. So we have +15 wit on this event itself, but when I click the top option, it's only going to give me +7 because it rounds down. You won't get a +8 off of it. It's going to be +7. And there you go. So just keep that in mind during your runs. If you're going to start going for certain things, just bear in mind that if you pass 1200, you can expect to get less stat gain on certain stats. Okay, I didn't really increase Riko's friendship too much here, I don't think. Also, that was really close, 3/4 lane. Yeah, I'm not gonna see if we get unique level. Ooh, gold inspo. URA. Okay, well, you know, I'll take URA because it'll give me speed. Oh, you still get that. Okay. I don't remember how Unity works, bro. Oh, it's so huge for the freaking wit. Okay, we're just gonna I'm gonna just start clicking wit, And then if I get a burst on power, I'm going to take it, because now I'm aiming for like really high wit. All right, it gave speed. We're 450 stam, 274 guts, so I'm going to buy corner recovery here, only because we are going to die without it. We are on the Tenosho spring. With 1335 wit, we have a pretty good chance of activating it. Even when you hit 1800 wit, like it's not, the chances of activating your skills are still kind of low, or not low, but you'll still misfire, to tell you the truth. That whole like maxing out your wit thing's a lie. It hasn't even happened on JP yet. Like, we haven't had that opportunity. All right, let's keep it going. Power burst. I want more. I'm not satisfied yet. I want 900 power. That's a huge freaking wit training. Come on. We gotta keep it going. Now, I will say, I'm not going to count this. Typically, like, it's common to count skills when going for like rating runs. But on this run in particular, I'm just going to buy whatever I think is cheapest and adds up to be like pretty well. A lot of skills are roughly valued the same, with the exception of rare skills, of course. So if I had like a gold green, that would be like amazing. All right, so this is our Unity Wave team. This is an elite team. It mentions it when you first go into the scenario that you can face off against stronger teams. This is one of those stronger teams, and it's the only time that it really, you face off with them. You need to be in the top 10. You need to be team rating A, and you need to have activated an extreme burst, and that's very important. You also have to beat this team in order to fight against Rico's powered up team, which we will see in a minute. And this is very important. And I'm saying that because if you want to get a lot of stats off of Unity, you need to beat this team and Rico's powered up team. And I'll show you that in a second. We're getting there, and it's going to be amazing and beautiful. I need them to burst on power. I'm getting wit, which is beautiful, amazing. I love wit. But man, do I need them on power. Like, okay, these are fat wit clicks, so I'm not really turning them down. Let's be honest. I'm at 1500 wit right now. But I need some power. I need some power. Damn. I guess this gives me power. You know what? I'll take it. It's technically power. I do have power growth. Oh, it's fat. But this is fatter. That was some fat speed training. Very tempting. Very tempting. But considering my cap's like what? It's like 1380, 1377. I looked over.
Yep.
All right, keep it going. Got spurt. I'm trying not to cook my wit. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me lock it. I just need to focus on the wit. Plus, I mean, skill points from Rico, that's always a W. Okay, that'll make one full burst, so I'll take that. This bamboo memory will now be ready to burst. Okay, let's see. Oh, give me wit. That's so surprising. I'll prep these two for bursting. Not the greatest click there, but It is what it is. Also, we've not finished our card events, have we? I think I saw maybe like a couple. So that means we have like no golds.
風に散ったんじゃない。自分の足でたどり着いたよ。
Because I think I saw the SR finished. So Daiwa Scarlet finished, but nobody else. Okay, so there's Kern. Okay, Ignited Stand. That's huge.
やっぱ
Okay, big power here. And then we're gonna go with basically the rest of the run from here on out. Now we do need to beat this team. So this is the powered up Rico team. You're gonna see this cool animation. And that's Team Zenith as S+. It seems like we should be fine. As I mentioned earlier though, you typically can clock Unity races. We didn't have to. We didn't have to. We won. We won. But that's huge stat gain. As you saw, it was like freaking 150 almost across the board. I'm a little sad we didn't get Fuku to finish because we were missing out on an extra like 14 stats. But, you know, we make do. We make do. All right, there we go. So fat gain there. Got its on. And now we should be fine for the rest of the run. It should just be wit. And we'll gain power off of the races. And a little bit of stamina. This is sort of a mid-run. It's not even like that good. Yeah. Like it's just, we kind of didn't get anything crazy. As you can see though, our skill points are very, very high. This is approaching Mant levels, not quite, because Mant you could still get like 2,800 to like 3,000 plus skill points on a really, really good run on Mant. I've only seen 3K like a couple of times myself, mostly averaging like 28 to 29. But on here, with everything being said and done, wow, nobody showed up here. I'm just going to take this for the SP, you know, get it to 600. Like, all right, this is our final race, and this should be it. You'll see we'll get like a fat amount of skill points. There we go, 116 there, and then another 116 there. And then this is just normal ending here. Ouch, I hit my hand on the microphone. Awesome. This is the stat line that we hit. So not too bad. I feel like we can aim a lot higher on this. And 2,550 skill points. And this is buying one skill as well. So I think we hit roughly like 2,700 because we got corner recovery. So I'm just going to buy the stuff that is cheap and we'll go from there. So let's just pick up all of our cheap skills. Looking for stuff that has like big discounts. I know that I saw like a level 5 earlier. I think it was on a long skill. Not deep breaths, but it had to have been another one. Oh, straight descent. Late surger corners. You can take sharp gaze. Tail held high. Oh, feature act. That's what I saw. United speed. Take that for another gold. And then do we have any cheap stuff up here? Because we got like no golds. 113 is what I'm left with. Wait, how many golds do I already have? We're sort of just buying skills. We have nimble nav. We don't really need it's on then. We can kind of stack other skills. Like you can almost do that. Yeah, you know, I'll do that. We're just picking up skills. Nothing big here. I'm not going to calc it or anything. UF3, 25k. So, pretty high rating there. And kind of insane. The scaling on this scenario is really, really wild. You can also reroll the sparks. I have to use carrots for this. Okay. Oh, 3-star power with ignited spirit power, speed, and nimble nav. And 3-star pace chaser. Not bad. I will take that over, like, the more whites is nice, but I will gladly take this. I think that actually creates, for me, a power wit parent. Funny enough. Okay. But yeah, this is the reworked Unity on global. UF3, I think, is a pretty good rating. And this was actually a pretty mid run. Like, we didn't even finish all of our card events. If we finish them, that's extra stats on top of that. That's more wit. That's more speed. And I think we can actually get something a lot higher. I'm personally going to be aiming for the UE range. So that's hitting upwards of 28k. And we'll see if I'm able to pull something like that off. But in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. I know this run was a lot shorter compared to like some of the other ones because we're not doing Mant anymore. So I hope that it's more bearable to watch, and I hope that some of the information was helpful to you. Anyway, hope to see you in the next one. I'll have more videos coming out on the scenario itself. We got to build sprint aces in this scenario now. On top of the fact that if in URA, I'm going to have to showcase that as well. We're going to have to pick up a couple skills that are really, really important. Anyway, hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.